Hello, I'm David Price, owner of D-Class Automotive, and this is D-Class TV. I'd like to introduce you to the company and take you behind the scenes on some of our incredible builds, our bespoke custom projects, and the day-to-day running of the business, taking you on the journey from where we began, where we are now, and our continual business growth and where we're hoping to go in the future. Let us start this journey by introducing you to where D-Class started on February the 1st, 2005 at Unit 17, Winton Lee. So it's 2005, February the 1st, and I start D-Class Automotive Limited from Unit 17, Winton Lee. We moved into this building actually in 2004 with my ex-boss. We shared the unit with Redline, with Mr. Neil Fisher. In December 2004, my ex-boss contacted me to say he wanted to meet up about where the direction of the business was going. Little did I know that he'd tell me that he was shutting the business and was giving me a month's notice. And he was going off to try out new ventures. Little bit of a shock, to be honest, and left me in a predicament of seeking employment elsewhere or giving it a go running my own business, which I knew nothing about, no idea whatsoever. I just had 7 years trimming experience. So I discussed it with my parents, I discussed it with Neil, and Neil was willing to give me the opportunity to stay in the unit and rent some of the space from him. And my parents lent me the money to buy the stock and the machinery from my ex-boss, and I'd give it a go. Little did I know what would come from that. Very first job was on a BMW E36 M3, and then from there we'd go on to build a show-winning car for K and Exquisite on the E46 M3, which would go on to win Best Interior at Max Power Live in 2005. Off of that we got to build a Mercedes Sprinter for Endemol and for the BBC, which was the Mighty Trucker stuff with Reggie Yates. That was some great fun times, and seeing some of your work on TV and the happiness in the kids, seeing this big van that was all modified, filled with toys and being delivered, was a great lot of fun. From this unit we did all the modified cars, we still did some of the classic cars, and started to build up a sort of local reputation working with some companies who were willing to give us a try doing seat repairs and warranty work. Good lot of fun times had in here with Neil, but we both got to a point in 2006 where we realised I needed more space, he needed more space, and sadly we had to go our separate ways. Chose not to move far, and actually over at Unit 8, just over the road, an opportunity came available when the previous business moved out, and we had the opportunity to move over to there and share the unit again with John, who had a company called 2 Modified, which were an online shop for modified car supplies, and he was looking for a base to sell items from over the counter. So we struck a deal, and I moved out from Unit 17 and moved over to Unit 8. So this is Unit 8, Winton Lee. This is where we came in 2006, and we were here until 2008. So in that time we managed to secure some extra work working with dealerships, carrying out warranty work, repairs, a number of Mercedes, Range Rovers, Jaguars, Vauxhall, Ford, Toyota, and it also is where we managed to grow that bit further, working with John and having 2 Modified upstairs and us down below. It's where we really built the big core of the modified world, where we'd get bigger and better. In that time we had extra staff employed, just starting to grow, understanding what business was about, and again, some great fun times I had here. The early starts, the late nights, the music, the fast foods, the people down, all the excitement of building the cars, taking something from bog standard and modifying it. It really was a great fun time. It's in Unit 8 that I took Andy on, who's my head trimmer, that's been with me the longest. He'd previously been working for another trimmer, fairly local, but he wasn't very happy. So he came to me at Unit 8 and asked for a job. I didn't know Andy, but I took him on, giving him a trial, which I was very happy with his work. And he's still with me today. I like to think between the two of us, we've knocked out some incredible work, done some amazing things, and he's always been there by my side, for which I'm very, very thankful for. So it's changed a little bit. It's got a bit of extra mezzanine flooring. Still got the original stairs that were in there. Cool, if those walls could talk, the things we got up to inside of there. So romantically, I still have my Vauxhall Combo, which I bought brand new in 2005. Little bit battered now over the years, but she stayed as she was. From 2006, when I colour coded the bumpers, added the sign writing. It's had a change of wheels since, but 175,000 miles on, she's still with me, 16 years with the business. Wouldn't change it for anything, and I like the fact it stays as it is from way back in that era, but this one's coming with me to the end. So now let's go to Unit 10 in Old Woking, the last unit we're in before the one we've moved into now in Chobham. Let me show you where that was at and some of the history. Wow, this has changed. 2008 when we moved to here in Old Woking, Unit 10 Manor Way. It didn't look like this when we moved here. The girders and everything was all here in this structure, but it wasn't a tyre company. This is the site of the old GOMS Metal Development Engineering Company, who were very known and respected within the motorsport world back in the day, and responsible for all sorts of projects from the Ford GT40s, Ford Escort Mexicos. Look them up, definitely worthwhile knowing a little bit about. But we came into here, we used to have a car wash, they're still here, they're next door. And this was us, because we had to get out from Winton Lee due to the rents and stuff. This is where we based ourselves out of for the next 2 years. The main roller shutter door there was our entrance in and out of the trim shop, and what's there as the reception was the way in and out and where the little offices were. One of the big memories I have being inside of this workshop is, as the recession was hitting, we had people ringing up in the mornings saying, don't start my car, I can't afford it now, I've got no money. And that one morning, we kind of stopped and looked at ourselves and was like, what are we going to do? And suddenly we got busy when one of the pipes for the water tank burst, and just suddenly decided to flood all the floor of the workshop with water. Gave us something to do that morning. It was at that point I needed to take stock of the situation and where we were going to as a business. I kind of wobbled along and wanted a little bit more. Knew the only way to grow was to change things. The Mercedes side of the business was now gaining massive momentum, and the building was just getting far too small. We knew for us to grow, for us to succeed and be even bigger, we needed to get out of here. We needed that opportunity in that moment, and thankfully we managed to pick up a big contract job from a supplier, which meant we could move out of here and move to Unit 6, Studley Court, where we still remain today. And here we have the home of D-Class, which we have had now since 2010. Currently going through a major refurbishment, an extension coming in the future as well. And not just Unit 6, we also have Unit 7 as well. So this is the main workshop inside of Unit 6 Studley Court, where, as you can see, this is where we store the cars, either because we've stripped out the interiors already or because they're currently being worked on. Inside of this part here, we're still carrying out our refurbishments, where we're putting in new roofing panels, new decor to the walls and a brand new floor. Let me take you through to the trim shop, which you can access through from the workshop. Each staff member has their own bench, and here on the left we have Lawrence, we have Gail, Ashton and Richard. We have John here, who's our parts and stores manager. And in this room here currently, it's a bit of a work in progress till we move to the main front unit. And in here is Harry, our media manager, and Andy, my general manager. Let me take you upstairs to the storeroom. As we come upstairs to our storeroom, you will see that, again, it's another room currently in development. We have dedicated areas to cloths and vinyls and velours. We have a leather room and a dedicated area to Alcantaras and carpet. And this area is our dedicated parts store, which has now got a brand new racking system, allowing us to identify what we have in stock, what items are going on customers' cars, and what is for sale on our auto shop. Let me now take you through to our leather room. You will see here a very impressive array of leathers, all hung up in vehicle manufacturer order, colour specific ranges, tagged and measured, allowing us to know exactly what stock we have on each item. So the other side to all of that, still on the upper mezzanine, a little bit messy in here at the moment, currently still going under organisation, but this is our archive room, where we keep all old patterns, materials, anything that helps us go back to how a car should be finished off. I like to say my most prized possessions are some of the original patterns from the McLaren F1 road car. So let me take you around to the rest of the trim shop. On the left here we have John, who's our fabricator. On these two benches we have Max and Alex. Here is Jamie. Huey's on this bench here. We have Andy here and Storm on this job. Let me take you through to the hood bay and fit up room. This room here is dedicated to fitting hoods and doing fit ups and final finishes to all of the cars that we do here. It's fully insulated, it's got central heating, and is a very nice area to work comfortably. What I would like to show you now is the future developments to the building, which we're very excited about. Now what I'm really excited to share with you is in this area here, we're going to have a brand new building, which is going to be our new fit-up area for all the cars that are being finalised and finished here at D-Class. Each car will have a specific bay and each worker will be able to put the final finish and attention before the cars leave. On that final note, I'd like to leave Unit 6 and take you over to Unit 7 and show you exactly what we've got going on over there. So now we've arrived at Unit 7 and this is our future handover area. To give our customers the full immersive experience, this area has been laid out like a full street scene, including canopies, a veranda, street lamps and a cobbled flooring. To further enhance the experience, each side of our business has been laid out as a shop format. We have the D-Class Auto Stitch shop, the woodworking room, and also our design set, which is going to be our future spec room. Now, let me take you over to Unit 8, to my brother Barry of Multitech Coachworks, and tell you our story of when we first moved to Studley Court. So we're now standing outside Units 6, 7 and 8, and I'd like to introduce you to my brother Barry. When we first moved to Studley Court 10 years ago, he came in here with me to grow his business, and we could share out some of the costs. I'd like to introduce you. Barry. Things have changed a lot since when we moved here.
Yeah, it was a long time since we first moved in, and you know, it was going to be a big sort of move for us to do, to where the businesses would both grow for us both, and just set out new challenges for each other.
Yeah, well that's it. Obviously it was just the two of us as well as Andy that came here, and this was 3 times the size of what we'd come from, and we rattled around in here for a bit. Even though you had your booth there on the side, it seemed a very big building feel with just a few of us.
We always said when we come over, is it going to be right? Is it going to be too big from where you come from Tempe? But I think the main thing was to set a bar and aim for that. And as time has gone on, you've done it, I've done it.
Well, that's it. I mean, it was only, what, 3 years ago, was it? Or when you moved out and did your own thing? Move into this unit?
To Unit 8, I actually moved in 6 years ago.
6 years ago. That's right, yeah, because we took that unit 3 years ago. So that's how the time passes by.
As the time goes by, and businesses grow. As we've both been able to do.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's been the nice challenge. That was the thing. We said, like, moving here, it was always a case we've got to make it work somehow. We couldn't keep moving like we were doing all the time, and the opportunities as they presented themselves. I think it's a good sign of both of us and how we've come along and how we've grown our businesses and as people and the situations and the the rightful place that we are in where we are now.
It's very lucky that we've been able to continue to grow that. You know, there was the choice when we come over to here, and that we've been lucky that obviously other units were here as well, so it meant that we could grow that in a way we have. And I think it works very well, the fact that we have got each other across from each unit. And the business is working in line with each other, so it's ideal.
No, and it's nice to see each other every day, nearly every day. But yeah, I mean, long may it continue, really. I mean, that's it. We've all got the front of the buildings to do as well, and finish out here in the courtyard, which is the natural progression as we evolve and everything we want better and more perfect. So
no, it'd be lovely. I say, I've just done the renovation of mine. You've got your one still coming along as well. So I think once it's all finished, it'll be a nice place for us to work, as well as perfect for the customers to come and enjoy as well.
Yeah, fantastic, nice. Thanks, Barry. Much
you.
appreciated. And thank you very much. There we are, full guided tour of everything that we got here at Studley Court. I hope you enjoyed that introductory video to D-Class Automotive, showing exactly where we began and where we are today. Please like and subscribe on YouTube, where we'll be bringing you a brand new series very soon. On Instagram, please follow us on @DClassAuto. I hope you enjoyed watching and hopefully see you soon.